Again, the meeting of Akron City Council's Planning Committee. At this point, I'd like to ask the clerk for a roll call, please.
Fusco.
Here.
Kamer.
Aye.
Connor.
Aye.
Baylor.
Aye.
Mosley. All committee members are present except for Mosley.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to accept the minutes of the previously held meeting.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Very good, the ayes have it. Okay, we have one item that is up for a public hearing this afternoon, or today I should say, and the procedures will be that we will first read in the item, and we will then, after we read it in, get an explanation from the planning department, a report about the conditional use requests. After that report is done, our clerk, Sarah Biviano, will swear in any individuals that wish to testify before the committee. After that, we'll open up the public hearing. We will then close the public hearing after comments are made, and then we'll open up the questions from the committee members, and we will then open up the questions to all of council or comments, and then we will move on to the balance of the agenda. This evening at 7 o'clock, we will repeat that process. Those individuals that wish to Zoom in are welcome to do so also. The only significant difference between this afternoon and this evening is that the committee will make a recommendation to all of council this evening, either in favor, against, or to take time to table an item. So those are the procedures that we'll be following today and this evening. And with that, the first item that's up for public hearing is authorizing a conditional use to construct an addition to an outpatient medical facility, medical clinic at 527 West Market Street. Mr. Antonucci.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee members. LJFF Property Holdings 2 LLC is proposing to construct an addition that will extend northward into the UPD 2 zoning district classification, which permits single-family uses and parking for the existing buildings on West Market Street. The petitioner owns buildings addressed as 527 and 533 West Market Street, which have a combined total of 12,035 square feet of area. The property would be renovated for the new Access Point Community Health Center. The proposed addition will contain 5,912 square feet of area and be sited to the north and east of the existing buildings. The color of the stucco-like exterior will match the abutting red brick building, along with white and gray accents. Ingress and egress to the parking areas will be through existing curb cuts along West Market Street, Hurlburt Avenue, and Fairfield Avenue. The approximately 110 parking spaces will be improved with a new asphalt wearing course and striping. The existing chain link fencing along Hurlburt and Fairfield Avenues will be removed and replaced with landscaping. The proposed medical clinic and offices will provide a wide range of outpatient services that will be available to the public. The petitioner stated that the building currently addressed as 533 West Market Street would house administrative offices and Popeye's Gym. The existing building, in addition, addressed as 527 West Market Street, will provide medical, dental, optometry, pharmaceutical, and behavioral health services. The clinic will be open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. with possible hours of operation on Saturday, and provide between 50 to 60 employment opportunities. One goal of the Land Use and Development Guide Plan is to promote the preservation and revitalization of viable business districts. Most buildings within this block were built in the 1920s, except for 527 West Market Street, which was built in 1960. The two vacant buildings are currently graffitied and blighted. The proposed $3.6 million investment by the LeBron James Family Foundation will not only revitalize this corner, but be harmonious with the mission of the nearby House 330, a community space that provides job training, financial guidance, and additional services. The Office of Integrated Development, Planning Staff, and Planning Commission recommend approval, subject to conditions.
Thank you, Mr. Antonucci. With that, we'll ask Sarah Biviano, our Clerk of Council, to please swear in any individuals that wish to testify before the committee today.
If you're here for this public hearing, could you please stand and raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth? If so, please say I do. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Viviano, with that, we'll open up the public hearing and ask if there's anyone here wishing to speak in favor of the conditional use requests at 527 West Market Street. If you could please provide for us your name and address. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Jonathan Marshall. I'm with 4 Points Architectural Services, 2850 South Arlington Road in Akron. Excited to be here today to present this project. We're slowly moving towards mobilizing. This is the last piece we really need to get approval and begin construction on this project. As you're aware, Access Point Community Health Centers is a healthcare provider in Akron. They've been in Akron over 20 years. Based in Akron, their home headquarters currently is on South Arlington Road. The Family Foundation partnered with them to bring in healthcare services to not only the communities that they're serving and providing for, but also bring some much needed services into the neighborhoods of Highland Square and West Hill. I've lived in the area for 15 years. I've been involved in Highland Square and West Hill. I'm really excited to see this project bring in healthcare to the area. I'm a client of Access Point, so this will be my home base when it's done. So obviously I've got a little bit of pride into the project as well. The variance requested is just for a small portion of an addition we're building on to 527 because it does go onto the backside of the city block, which is zoned differently. So a small portion of the project needs this variance, and we're excited to have it be approved and see it get up and running.
Very good, thank you. Anyone else here wishing to speak in favor or against this, the proposal at 527 West Market Street? Anyone sign up online, Ms. Viviano?
We did not have anyone sign up online.
Anyone else wishing to speak? Okay, with that, we'll close the public hearing portion and open it up to any committee members that may have questions or comments. No, I'm not hearing none. Basically answered the question that I had in reference to, is this just set for only the those that the foundation is serving, but you're telling us that it's open to the entire public, which I kind of suspected, but wanted to verify. So very good, thank you. And it's predominantly walk-in individuals, or? Okay, well, I wasn't sure exactly how the business model is.
Yeah, it is a facility that's open to anybody and everybody. It doesn't matter income. And it is, yeah, it's, you know, this is my general practicing doctor, so, you know, I'll do my regular scheduled visits through them. You can do walk-ins if you want.
And what are the hours of operation?
It'll be open from 8 till 5 or possibly 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday. They may do Saturday hours, but it's been tough to make that work with the shortage of staffing nowadays.
Brilliant. And what are the services
So
exactly?
this facility will have, it has a pharmacy that is available to clients of the facility. Has general practicing clinical examination. They'll also have optometry and dental, and they will provide behavioral health counseling for any clients that want that. Yeah, that's it.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you all for coming down too. Appreciate it. Thank you. With that, is there any questions or comments? I see Nancy Holland, the ward representative. Hand is up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wanted to thank the team that came down today to tell us about this exciting project. At the June Ward 1 community meeting, we had the pleasure of inviting this group to come and give us information and answer questions by nearby neighbors and others who were interested in what's happening. This is exciting. This is about true healthcare access for a chunk of the community, just from a geographic standpoint, that normally has to, you know, travel south and east or north and west. When I'm talking about a chunk of the community, I'm talking about you and me. Access Point is, you know, an available provider for everybody, whether you have insurance or don't have insurance. And this is just a super location One of the points that was covered in the presentation to Ward 1 last month caught my eye too, which is that a lot of the staff will be neighborhood folks. This is walkable to a huge part of my community in Ward 1 that really needs accessibility to things like dental care. Dental care is, is something that is often overlooked when we're talking about healthcare, and it's huge. I'm excited to welcome this operation into Ward 1. Really happy that you picked us. For the record, Access Point gave me my very first COVID vaccine, and thank you for that. Looking forward to seeing the good results that come when everybody has access to healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments? Mr. Malik?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to thank all the partners who are part of this project. I know the city is also a partner, and it's been an important priority for ARPA funds, so I appreciate our involvement as well. I'm sure this is going to be a large benefit to the community. One thought that I had, I wasn't sure whether there had been any discussion, it's not directly related to the addition, but given that there's, I'm sure, going to be a lot of synergy between House 330 and this health quarters, is there been any discussion about a crosswalk there on Market?
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. That actually did come up at the ward meeting as well from a resident who lived back behind where this will be located. We have been talking with the city as well as some private consultants. We're looking to do a crosswalk there, do like a hawk signal. So when people park at House 330 or they go there after school, they can come over to the clinic and vice versa. So that is something that we would like to pursue, and we would certainly appreciate any help from the city on that.
Very good.
Wonderful, thank you. And particularly with the thought about, accessibility for the West Hill residents there on the other side by Balch, I think that would be helpful, but appreciate everybody's commitment and really looking forward to it.
Thank you. Further questions or comments from anyone?
Mr. Chair, Councilwoman
Oh,
Amobian.
yes, Linda Mobian. I see your hand up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am just curious. I have done a lot of work with Access Point, so I know the good work that they are doing in Arlington and the work they used to do over here on Broadway. I think they still have a location in Barberton. What I'm curious about is the behavioral health portion. Will you still be partnering with the existing behavioral health agencies, or you will have those services in your facility?
Yes, they do have the Broadway location is closed now. They've moved some of that over to this location. They do have Barberton and Kent as well as the South Arlington. The behavioral health, they do have that capability to provide that. They do offer that at some of the other locations. They've also been talking with a partner to provide that at this location, and it would be built out pretty well if that partner comes in and does that at this location. So they will be providing it either through a secondary partner or through their own staffing.
Thank you for that. The other question I have, since we have several of these FQHCs in the area, I know Asia Inc. has one, CSS has a lookalike, and you have several locations. It would be nice at some point if you could share with us where we are providing services so that we are tapping most of the wards throughout the city. We are pretty fortunate to have that many in one area, so it would be good to know that we are branching out and not so much overlapping in terms of residential areas. But thank you so much for the service.
Thank you. Nancy Holland?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think Councilwoman Amobian makes excellent points. And I think, what we can see here is a reflection of something that's very true. We, in the city of Akron, are occupying a number of different qualified census tract areas. And Ward 1 very much is part of that map. And I'm just so grateful to see this level of of service coming to the neighborhood. But really what I wanted to say is thank you, Councilman Malik, for the reminder about the crosswalk need. I think that exists now as House 330 opens its doors and welcomes in not just the I Promise community, but the whole community in what they're offering. We need that crosswalk there now, and certainly that need is going to be compounded as the healthcare services offered by Access Point become available in the coming year. So thanks again for the team that came out today. Thank you for coming to the ward meeting. Looking forward to seeing you become part of our community. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Very good. Seeing none, we'll invite you back again this evening. As mentioned before, at that point, the committee will then make a recommendation to all of council. Thank you very much for coming down today. We certainly appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks. With that, we'll move on to the balance of the agenda, of which we are not going to be discussing here today, or there's no new legislation. So with that, we're adjourned. Thank you.
That is the final committee meeting of the day. Council will meet at 7 p.m. tonight. Thank you.